Have you ever stopped to think why some people walk into a room and instantly get accepted, while others feel invisible, ignored, or even pushed away? What's the real difference? Is it looks, money, status, or is there something deeper, something people don't talk about? Because here's the truth most people never realize. Rejection is not random. It follows patterns, predictable, repeatable patterns. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. Today you're going to understand exactly why different people get rejected, and more importantly, how to stop being one of them. Let's start with something uncomfortable. Rejection is rarely about what people say it is. People will tell you, "It's not you, it's me," or "You're just not my type." Sounds polite, right? But those are surface-level excuses. The real reasons? They're hidden, subconscious, and brutally honest. People don't reject you for the reasons they explain. They reject you for the feelings you trigger. And if you don't control the feeling, you lose the game before it even starts. Think about this. Have you ever met someone who wasn't the most attractive, not the richest, not the funniest, yet everyone seemed drawn to them? They walk in and people lean in. They speak and people listen. Meanwhile, someone else who checks every logical box gets ignored. Why? Because rejection is emotional, not logical. And emotions are driven by perception, not reality. There are different types of rejection, and each one has its own hidden cause. The first type is silent rejection. This is the worst kind, because it's invisible. No one tells you anything, you just feel it. The delayed replies, the lack of interest, the subtle distance. This kind of rejection usually happens when someone doesn't feel excitement around you. Not because you're boring, but because you're predictable. Humans crave novelty, uncertainty. If they can fully understand you in 5 minutes, their brain loses interest. Familiarity without intrigue kills attraction. Most people think being nice and easygoing makes them more likable. But in reality, it often does the opposite. Why? Because there's no tension, no curiosity, no reason for the other person to invest emotionally. You become safe, but forgettable. And people don't reject you aggressively. They just slowly fade away. That's silent rejection. The second type is active rejection. This is when someone clearly pulls away, says no, or shuts things down. This one hurts more, but it's also more honest. And here's what's really happening. Active rejection usually comes from a mismatch in perceived value. Not your real value, your perceived value. If someone sees you as lower value in a specific context, they instinctively create distance. It's not personal, it's instinct. And before you react, think about this. Have you ever rejected someone? Of course you have. Did you analyze it deeply? Probably not. You just felt like it wasn't right. That's exactly how others feel about you sometimes. It's not always rational. It's fast, emotional judgment. Now let's go deeper. There's a third type of rejection most people don't even recognize. It's self-created rejection. This is when you sabotage yourself before anyone else even gets the chance. You overthink, you hesitate, you assume the outcome before it happens, and your behavior changes. Your energy shifts. You become less confident, less present, less authentic. And guess what? People pick up on that instantly. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being certain. And when you're uncertain about yourself, others mirror that uncertainty. They don't trust what they feel around you. And when people don't trust the feeling, they reject it. Here's something powerful. People don't just evaluate you, they experience you. And that experience is shaped by microsignals. The way you speak, the pauses, the eye contact. You can say all the right things and still get rejected if the energy doesn't match. Now let's talk about something most people avoid. Neediness. This is one of the strongest triggers of rejection, and it's subtle. You don't have to beg or chase to seem needy. Sometimes it shows up as over-explaining, over-texting, trying too hard to impress, seeking approval in small ways. And the moment someone senses that you need their validation, their attraction drops. Why? Because value is perceived through independence. The less you need something, the more valuable you appear. The more you chase it, the more it runs away. It's paradoxical, but it's real. Think about social proof. Have you noticed how people who are already desired tend to attract even more attention? It's not magic. It's psychology. When others see that you're valued, they assume there must be a reason, and they become curious. Interest creates more interest, but the opposite is also true. If you appear isolated or overlooked, people subconsciously question your value. This doesn't mean you need to fake anything. It means you need to understand how perception works, because perception creates reality and social dynamics. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Different people are rejected for different reasons, but the root patterns are often the same. Some people are rejected because they're too passive, others because they're too aggressive, some because they hide who they are, others because they overshare too quickly. It's not about being one specific way, it's about balance. Attraction lives in tension, not too much, not too little, just enough to create curiosity, but not enough to create discomfort. And most people miss this balance completely. They go to extremes, and extremes create rejection. Let's break a myth. Just be yourself. Sounds good, right? But what does that even mean? If your self is insecure, reactive, or unclear, then blindly being that version won't help you. The goal is not to fake a personality, it's to refine it. Now imagine this scenario. Two people say the exact same words. One gets rejected, the other gets attention. Why? Delivery, presence, certainty. The message is the same, but the experience is different. That's the level most people ignore. Here's another layer. Timing. You can be the right person at the wrong time and still get rejected. People's emotional states, priorities, and past experiences shape how they respond to you. Sometimes rejection has nothing to do with you at all. But if you don't understand that, you internalize it, and it affects your future behavior. And that's where the cycle begins. Rejection creates doubt. Doubt changes behavior. Behavior leads to more rejection. And suddenly, it feels like a pattern you can't escape. But here's the shift. Once you understand that rejection is feedback, not a verdict, everything changes. You stop taking it personally, you start analyzing it strategically, you ask better questions. What did they feel? What did I communicate without realizing it? Where did the energy drop? This is where most people quit, but this is where growth actually starts. Let's talk about emotional control. People who handle rejection well are not immune to it. They just don't let it define them. They stay grounded, they stay consistent. And over time, that consistency builds something powerful, credibility. Because here's the truth. The people who seem unrejectable have been rejected more than most. They just didn't stop, they adjusted, they learned, they refined their approach. Now think about your own experiences. When was the last time you felt rejected? What actually happened? Was it something you said? Something you didn't say? Or was it the way it was delivered? If you really break it down, you'll start to see patterns, and patterns can be changed. Here's a powerful reframe. Rejection is not a signal. It's a signal that something didn't align, and alignment can be influenced. So what can you actually do with all of this? First, become aware of your patterns. Not just what you do, but how you come across. Record yourself. Reflect. Ask for honest feedback. Second, control your energy. Not in a fake way, but in a conscious way. Be present. Be intentional. People feel that. Third, reduce neediness. Focus on building your own life, your own direction. When you're grounded, your interactions change naturally. Fourth, embrace uncertainty. Stop trying to control every outcome. The more relaxed you are, the more authentic you appear. And finally, stop fearing rejection. Because the moment you stop fearing it, you stop triggering it in the same way. Here's the reality most people avoid. You will be rejected. Multiple times, by different people, for different reasons. That's part of the process. But it doesn't define your value. It reveals your positioning. And once you understand positioning, you gain control. Now imagine walking into any situation, knowing that even if rejection happens, it won't shake you. Knowing that you can adjust, improve, and come back stronger. That's a different level of confidence. Not loud, not forced. Quiet, but powerful. So the next time you feel rejected, don't just feel it. Study it, break it down, learn from it. Because the difference between people who stay rejected and people who become desired is not luck. It's awareness. And now you have it. The only question is, What are you going to do with it?